settled in and coats off, rainy coats off, call the meeting to order. It is November 13th already. Scituate Council on Aging Board of Directors. We'll do a quick round of introductions. I'm J.D. Miller, Chair.
Susan Gravich Kelly, Vice Chair.
Elaine Shibari, Vice Liaison.
Susan Beaufort, Kenzie Vanderbrook, South Shore Elder Services.
Dee Dwyer, Board Member. Leslie James, Board Member. Mallory Brady, Board Member.
Hannah Morse, Board Member.
Russ Ballin, Board Member.
Pat Collison, Board Member. Kelly Walsh, Assistant Director.
Linda Hayes Kelly, Director.
Welcome all. Thank you for being here on a rainy, cold, dark November night.
So you sound
It's warm in here.
It is warm in here.
interesting.
I know we just probably got minutes earlier this afternoon, but if you've had a chance to take a look at it and or they're here in the packet. from last
Yesterday.
month. Yesterday, okay. I might not have looked at it till today. If you've got a few minutes, please take a quick look. Thank you in advance to G for, as always, comprehensive notes.
Not too much.
God, they're nearly $5,000 these days. Oh, God. Makes a big bubble for them.
Yeah, it's does everything.
Yeah, it does everything. Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, the kind that you have, I mean, you're expensive.
It's a big-
Hi.
Sorry, you're leaving the social media.
Does anybody have any comments, edits on the meeting?
Bring up kind of a point of order before, just on the minutes, because Dee and I were talking, she did these, they're super, they're thorough, and I've noticed in the last, people are, those taking the minutes, they're including everything from the actual reports, and the truth is, we've been, we are supposed to post, right, we post the agenda, and that stays with the town, but we also give them the minutes after they're approved. And my thoughts are that we could file the actual documents along with the minutes, and then they're
The
already.
reports.
The reports,
I think it's
yes.
an excellent idea.
Because
And
they're
it's-
here, I mean,
We've already
technically,
got them.
everything's sort of included in the meeting should be posted, so I'm just thinking if it could make the minutes taking a little easier and shorter, if we just say, here's the minutes, which are kind of the overview.
Yep.
And here are the specific documents from the staff.
That we
Yeah, it's
reported.
sort of like
And we-
what Dee did in this here,
We
refer
were
Right, but I
to.
still had too much. This was
Yeah,
very
everything.
painful.
Yeah.
No,
And-
yeah, we
and
are.
it feels like you're rewriting.
Right, we're rewriting
Yeah.
stuff that we've already done, so that's.
And it
exactly-
doesn't
So
seem
I thought that
fair.
those reports were already posted. That's why I started doing that,
Yeah.
for more information to see,
Yes.
but, yeah,
So-
we could definitely.
I think it's an
Yeah.
excellent idea.
Yeah.
So for whoever is not,
Yeah.
just so that you don't have to do verbatim, I know many have watched the recording, which is great to have, so that we can catch up and know what we might have missed, but, just for clarification.
No, it's-
So I'm gonna put down this discussion,
Sure.
is that correct?
yeah,
To streamline
and
the
then maybe you're done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I could say here, a discussion regarding to streamline the minutes, is that sufficient?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
and include reports in the
To
postings,
include
in the
reports presented.
Yeah.
postings with the town.
And include what?
The reports
Are-
Yeah?
in the postings for the town. Okay.
Mhm. That'd be great. Back to October minutes, does anybody have any edits, comments? Can I have a motion to approve October
Motion to approve October minutes.
25 minutes?
Second.
Leslie, thank you, and Pat, thank you. That's a good suggestion, we don't need to recreate any wheels if we've already got documentation in place, so.
It was nice in that we weren't doing that with the other report, so it did give, if anyone was looking for what happened at the meeting without looking at that. And it was great, but it shouldn't have to be done.
Yeah, it's redundant,
Yeah,
and just a lot of extra work for those taking.
and, which is an easy segue now to the director's report.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, for me
Well,
it is.
well, I do have my report in your packet, as well as everyone else's, and then the second part that I did include separately scheduled are pages of my, my budget narrative, that I did submit, of course, last month, but now I've already been to the select board. I haven't been to the advisory board yet. That is on the 20th, next week, Thursday night, I guess.
That
But-
Capital advisory?
Pardon me?
Capital advisory?
No,
No, just
just
okay.
advisory, capitalists.
Cap,
We don't have capital requests that usually come
And when is
through.
the advisor board?
Next Thursday night, the 20th for me. So I was glad they asked a few of us if we could do it earlier than we were scheduled. I was scheduled for the 20th for the select board, or the 18th, pardon me. And they asked us to do it 2 weeks early, so, I mean, it took me a few hours to say okay, but I said, I guess I should be able to do this. Which I did, and Kelly came with me for her first time, seeing the whole thing. We sat through the entire meeting. We were the second to last to go, but certainly it went well, and we were glad. It was nice to have both Freya and Nico being new, but they're very welcoming. And the nice thing is they have all been here. They actually do know what we do and what it looks like here. And so my report was, not to say made easier, but giving them some statistics and all. One thing that did come up, and I did add some statistics to the handout I gave you, but, not to say rounding up, I think the FY '25 total people served is, close enough to 2,400, and that's what I said, because we know we miss some statistics. They are not full, complete, coming out of my senior center. But, so when I said 2,400 total, Andrew came up with, and it was very salient, he's like, the schools have only 2,200 students, and we are serving more individuals than necessarily the students are, which is, I don't know, never been said, or I think even heard.
2,400 per, what's the 20?
It's total people served through the fiscal year in the categories of events where people are coming into the building or, attending, plus rides, plus outreach, which last year was a little underreported just because we were getting acclimated to some things. And then volunteers also, which again are underreported, I
Yeah,
will say.
I was gonna say.
And trips, which shouldn't be, but anyway, so it's
So that number's at least
everything
a-
sort of that we do.
yeah, and a little bit unreported, so that's.
And activities, that's where we concentrate the most, and rides of course are perfect, because they have to be. But activities is probably close, but not really, people coming into the building for social or, quick questions, or just sneaking by, or not really aware that they should, newer people not aware that they should, I don't wanna name activities, but we know the offenders, and we're just trying to get better with that, of course. So, not to jump right ahead, I just wanted you to know you had it, and I'll get to that. Otherwise, and this month, actually funny, I reported basically 50 new people every month practically, at least over the course of the year. But 27 new registrations in October, so that was a little late for us, but we had many. We had maybe 90 last month, I think, if I remember right, so that evens out. We did have our operable wall maintained for a cool $1,500, But, I guess that's what it costs,
Mhm.
but it looks nice, and hopefully it'll last another 4 years before maybe we have to do that. They don't recommend that, they think it should happen every year, but we'll see about that. Our generator also had preventive maintenance performed this week, in fact. We have a problem with our walk-in freezer that has been pending for some time while we try to get somebody on site, but that's been difficult. I did meet with the new pastor for First Parish Church. He was interested in coming and meeting us, and several people from the church had thought he should, which he did, and he's very, very nice. He has some programs they're doing there that he's interested in our knowing about, or maybe helping to recruit people for. One is mindfulness, which funny enough we'll be doing also. And some storytelling kind of, and I can't.
Forgive me for not knowing this, but are we talking right across the street?
Right across.
Okay.
And what is his name?
Jonathan Pierce.
Jonathan, what is it?
Jonathan
Pierce?
Pierce, yep, Pierce, I think. I guess I didn't put that in there. But anyway, it was an interesting meeting and discussion, and I'm sure maybe there are things we could collaborate on.
Oh, we did.
So also, and I did not include that because I had just submitted it last week electronically, but the FY '25 annual report for the Office of Aging and Independence, also known as AGE, formerly known as EOEA. So all those are acceptable terms, but that was difficult because there's 2 different ways to do it, and it is all statistical, and I am trying to get the numbers from my senior center to make it a little bit easier, but yet they're not really accurate, and it hurts a little bit more when you're doing that for the state. And I just did my best to try to update like our volunteer records and some of our other records before I submitted, so that was quite a process. And there's some narrative involved as well, but overall, it was done. I meet with the art exhibit committee every month, of course, but to firm up next year's exhibitions has been a little slower to get to happen. So I think we have everything now except for January and February, and that is in the works as well, but figures. So hopefully we do have an exhibit coming in as well as the others. But the others, the committee's been working hard on trying to secure some other. But our exhibit this month, November, December, is lovely. It's the social botanical artists. They're very nice, we love them. And there is a reception for them if you want to meet them or talk with them. There's a group, so there's 7 or 8, I
Where
think.
are they based out of?
Sometime next week.
Well,
Do they have like a?
you know, a couple teach at Social Arts Center, which is in Cohasset, but the woman that sort of is the leader instructor, she is in, there's a sort of part of Wellesley College that is
Because they have a big
botanical art.
botanical.
Yeah, so she started that there, she teaches there,
Oh, wow.
and I think all of them are her students from one
Yeah,
place
I
or
mean,
the
that's
other.
beautiful.
It is beautiful. So that's great. Several outside group meetings, of course, regular meetings that we contend with, that many are self-sufficient, so they don't really need tending while they're here. Doors get opened automatically, hopefully, when it normally works. I didn't include it because it just happened this week, but the Veterans Luncheon, of course, was Tuesday for Veterans Day, and it was great. But they did try to correct a problem we were having with the automatic doors, and that when it's a weekday, and so they have to take it off the regular and put it on the holiday for town hall and all,
Okay.
then I couldn't have the door set automatically, and I was having to do it manually, which means I have to be here. But then he told me he rebuilt the whole thing, separated us from the town hall, and so it was going to work, and so I didn't have to be here. And then, of course, Tom, the cook, calls at 7:30 and says, it's not open. So I did. I did not wear makeup Tuesday.
You look beautiful without makeup.
I just came and then I didn't want to leave.
Do we know how many veterans we have?
It was like a
We
hundred.
had they had 106, well, it became 106. We had set for 105. We had one we could accommodate all of that. That was the list they had, and a few more that came in the morning. But then 12 seats were empty, so some people did not come. And you know, you can always count on that, but somehow I didn't, like, we just thought, oh, we had to have every seat. So, but it was still a good number,
Pretty
so
good number.
100 more or less.
It was a good number.
And they did a nice job. We are getting our new copier tomorrow, and there's been some checks. So we bought it from someone originally back in 2021, who has been maintaining it since the warranty was over. But now it is a Rico copier, and now we want Rico to service it, which is the contract the town is using, not who we originally bought it from, who had Rico copiers, but anyway. So Rico now came in and had to assess the copier, and that's why we had to buy a new one, because what they assessed was pretty much the cost of a new one, and we would have had to make that repair before they would take us on as a new service contract. So in the end, I guess they'll auction it off through the town, the old one,
And when is the new copy arriving?
tomorrow, the 14th.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I guess so, it'll be fun, it was always fun. Social day program update, it's the status quo at 9 people right now on Monday and Wednesday for the full 5-hour day. Our half day on Friday's been going well, but we've had some of the people from Monday, Wednesday come in, and we're still sort of trying to retain some others for the half day who at some point will have an opportunity to join the Monday, Wednesday. So we are going to put in place a new leader, which is just pending at the moment, doing some training with Lucille, and Lucille's filling in through December. So right now, Lucille's working a little overtime, all 3 days.
So is the new leader is in place?
No.
She's
It's
in place,
confirmed and going-
assisting, and will take over shortly.
Is there a waiting list? One person. That's coming in on Monday for an interview.
So not to say drips and drabs, some haven't worked out, some have left us, and it's sort of a constant.
Yep.
So the surveys were completed through October, we left them out, lots of people did fill them out for us, and now we're working on data entry or with Dee's help, we volunteer. So I look forward to being able to report, and really, for the most part, they're gonna be great, but you never know, maybe there's some certainly pertinent suggestion or what have you to be made, so hopefully that works. So we did have, fantastic health fair, of course. We had Aaron Katursky for the men's breakfast in October. There was the accessibility awareness fair that Outreach attended all 3 of them. Men's game night is back and building on the once a month Tuesday nights. We had quite a Halloween party, and lots of kudos to the staff and everybody the staff we had planned it, and everyone who came and enjoyed it. And some trips, the Salem trip was a big one, and then we did do the Glades trip with 3 vans on
Wow.
Saturday,
Cool.
November 1st, which was, say, with the Historical Society. I mean, they were providing some opportunity and information for us. I will say it was a little independent. I mean, I went just to be there. Lauren went because the vans were then the drivers, and Gail went. So they introduced a lot of information in the beginning on the porch. It was kind of freezing cold, really windy, and I mean, the beauty is right there. You're on this point, but it was really windy. So a little hard to, but we couldn't go inside. That was the deal. And then Bob Thorndike, who was one of the owners, part owners, and summer residents, he was there to talk more quietly with people as they could come up, they could ask questions. They also had Bob Gallagher, who's the lighthouse caretaker, available for questions, and he walked some people around to different places on the property. So it was not a tight group or a very structured series, but still it was nice of them all to be here. And we had asked for a donation for the Historical Society for them to do this, so we are paying them for that part out of
Good.
that. So also just a lot going into planning for the November and December events, just because with the holidays, trying to do some fun stuff. So Archie Richards, our classical pianist, is coming next Thursday. And I've talked about this before, but because the lunch is only so many, and some don't stay for entertainment always. So we have the entertainment scheduled for following lunch, and we'll add tables to the end of the Egypt room that they can enter and sit and have some hot cider while lunch is being finished and cleaned up, and then he will start playing at 1:15 until 2:30. So that seems to have been just the best way we can do it if we're doing it on a day with lunch, and when to have entertainment, when people will stay or come or enjoy it. That said, the big band, swing band concert, which, you know, we are excited to have. And we know some of them. So it's an 18-plus piece orchestra band.
That's a big band.
It is. And I went to hear them, and I think they're great, and I think people will love them, and there really could be dancing. So although it's a concert performance, because it's not a dinner party or a party per se, but I think we'll leave space for dancing, because I think it could happen, and if people wanted to, we'll put it in the back so they don't feel self-conscious.
When are they
And
coming?
it is Friday, December 5th. And the reason I guess I'm going on about it is because it's at 4 o'clock, which, you know, they can't come during the day, some of them work. So it seemed a compromise. Now, the problem we also have here now is people driving in the dark that don't want to. So, although I'm not sure I made Lauren completely aware of this yet, I have said the van would be available because it should be. So that's something that if people would want to come and can't, hopefully we can accommodate them to and from. It's an hour, maybe a little more on either end, and we're gonna try to have, we will have refreshments and things before the band starts, so people that do come early, and we probably should or will, then they'll have something to keep them kind of busy, just refreshments, you know. Cookies, cider, anything else we can think of, maybe punch. But anyway, that should be great. So it's 4 to 5-ish, and it's before its first Friday in the harbor, so, anyway. But I hope people would enjoy coming, maybe who maybe don't always get to come to different things at the senior center, but it will be great. The police are holding the Christmas luncheon on December 19th. So I did get a pianist to come for that as well.
It's full.
It is full right now, and we will see. It isn't, I mean, the chef, obviously, you know, they feel they can comfortably serve so many people and we can comfortably fit so many people. We'll see if we can't inch it up a little bit, so that's what we hope. We just try to gauge what we can do for them.
It's an annual thing they've been doing for years, that's great.
They have, and it used to be at the Congo Church, the Congregational
Yep.
Church.
Yeah.
I don't know that they ever had to limit it. I think it was upwards to 100 at different times, but. So, yes, everybody wants to come and hopefully they can, but right now it is full with a wait list. So get on the wait list if you haven't, and hopefully we can work something out. I always say that, I don't know. Fred's kind of a pushover sometimes. And also we're working on a new program series with Susan Kelly as a volunteer, and Gail along with another volunteer, and maybe we'll expand it, but that's something we're hoping to launch in January. That's just a fun idea, so we'll be able to report on that more later. Pardon me?
The program?
Well, it's a new program and it's not fully
Oh.
fleshed, so we'll report on it
TBA.
probably next time, but just wanted to know that was in the works. And Susan did come to us with this idea that I think really does have a lot of merit. That will be great. I did go to I was not able to go to the MCOA conference this year, nor was most of my staff, because they cut it off. It was mid-September, and I would consider that early for my signing up, but anyway, it wasn't, and so they were full. And so Kelly got right on that and she got to go, but she also should have been able to go because she had completed the program manager certification over the last year. So she was honored for that, and so I did go and attend the general meeting so that I could applaud her and be part of that, take a couple of pictures. But anyway, it was great, and there were not that many people who had done it. I mean, you know, a handful, 5, 6, 7, I would say. A couple with the director certification. So anyway, very proud of her having done that.
So Kelly received a certification, is that correct?
Program manager certification
So there were only 7 people in the whole state that did?
for that particular one, yes, and 2
So
or
just,
3.
I mean, there's 350 senior centers in the state, so. That's, you know,
Yes,
that's a great
absolutely.
accomplishment.
I mean, it is
The
somewhere,
HLA.
I think the fact that we had done the accreditation might have,
Oh, absolutely. Because there were people that started it and couldn't finish it, but I was lucky because of the accreditation.
I mean, at one point, I was going to do the director certification, which I admit I really didn't do, that that people had said would help with the accreditation, because I would have done some of the things that would have been required by the accreditation. In the end, with the building opening and all, it just really wasn't that
Too much.
feasible for me, so then it became the accreditation, and then ostensibly, they said, they sort of gave me the director certification.
Well, they also gave you director of the year.
I guess that was it, but, anyway, so, but that was nice that we could do that.
So are you saying you skipped through?
I guess I kind of
Yeah,
grandfathered
she skipped
somehow. Anyway,
Okay.
No, you're honorary like they do with the movie stars.
There
Oh,
you go.
the PhDs, yes, that would be
Absolutely.
nice too. Now, we are just about, or more or less have hired a new part-time dishwasher
Oh,
who has been volunteering, the newest volunteer, and truly, she's a gift, she's lovely. And so was willing to come in and do it. We were gonna try to share it with a couple, but she's willing to do the whole thing. And I think we do have a couple of volunteers who could certainly back her up if we needed them to, so I think we're gonna stick with that.
Every day, or?
Monday through Thursday.
And she's
It is
getting paid for it
It is
too.
Monday.
She's getting some unpaid for it, and alternating maybe with a volunteer on Thursdays, because he might not wanna stop.
And do we
He's
have
been the
any?
lone volunteer sort of left for us, but, pardon me?
Do we have any?
We do,
Her name?
Kelly
Bailey.
Bagley, yes.
Oh, Kelly.
Kelly with an
Another
I.
Kelly?
This one's Kelly with an I.
Oh, Kelly with an I?
Yep. So that's
And how do you
helpful.
spell the last name? Bagley.
All right, and you do have a report then, after mine from Gail for activities. And again, just in terms of numbers, looking at August, September, and October, so, not significant changes, but certainly some.
Yeah,
October.
some are a little slower, which is
Yeah.
normal, and then right back up to,
Yeah. Health screenings, probably with the health fair and also the flu clinics, a little higher on those.
What's the difference between sign-ins and swipes?
That actually is an excellent question. I don't know that it actually, I've had the question myself and I don't really know, but swipes is literal, I suppose, that they're literally scanning that card, but check-ins could be just us checking the box, which we do manually often.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
We do.
Not everybody signs in on
signs in, but they swipe.
but if they come to the desk and pay for the thing, we consider them as a sign-in.
So there are more of the sign-ins than there are the swipes, because lunch, for instance, often they just walk down and they get manually checked in, and then we have to go put it into the system. So I think it's a silly sort of distinction, but
Yeah.
that's probably it. And really, we didn't have to put both down, I guess, because the 900 is way better anyway. Anyway, so, and I've certainly mentioned some of them, but with October, you know, they did do quite a bit for the health and wellness fair. Both Gail and Kelly had sort of split those responsibilities and planning and preparations. But there was also the Friends of the Social Hospital who did participate, and I think we're a good partner.
Yeah.
We figured it was worth a try, and they move around. I mean, they're not necessarily going to come back to us again next year because they've done it at other places previously. They just like to go into the different communities and try to do some outreach themselves.
That's good. Good
So,
job.
Well,
I
the
think it
other
was
thing
nice.
is that I see here is this mobile dentist, that's awesome.
It is, she's a hygienist, and, you know, she was wanting to come previously, and just, it would have been too expensive for the patrons, and so we were trying to figure out how they could get funding, and she, I will say, the woman who is running this, got the funding somehow, and I will say it was either political funding or corporate funding, and I'm not even sure right now what I can say about that, but it has, and I thought it was gonna be $50 for the service, but it's 35. So she did get some significant
Wow,
funding to
that's
offset what it would have been, like
dental
150
cleaning?
per.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, so she comes here?
So they come here every other month right now, and they're up to 6 spots.
Wow.
And there's some forms to fill out for coming. But we already did it once in October, so people, I think we had 5 people in October.
120.
Oh, mine had 167.
Yeah.
And that's what my
200.
senior citizen just out.
Um, Anyway, so the trips we kind of did, I will just say, you know, Gail spent a lot of time. It's labor intensive for the trip, so we did pull back a little bit between the Glades and Salem and some of the other things that she'd done in September. There were a lot, Nantucket, you know, they were kind of bigger because they were using our vans instead of the big buses, where they were sharing with the other senior centers, but there were not many of those. I think there was only one this fall and maybe one in the summer. So we did just pull back a little bit for right now, but I'm sure there'll be others to come in January. We have an idea for the orchid show on the Cape that Leslie's spearheaded in the past, so that's nice enough. We can do that with one group. That's easy. I don't know how many might have come. Did anybody come to the men's breakfast for Aaron Kaczynski?
Yeah.
It was great.
I'm not wanted to.
Yes, well, therein lies our predicament. It is tough. It is a predicament, so,
I think it is a real predicament.
yeah.
What, can you just expand on it, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's historically, right, been the men's breakfast,
Oh.
and we have always got speakers, and, you know, sometimes they're great speakers. It's a good opportunity to bring people in.
Right.
I mean, sometimes we have speakers who just stand alone and come in at 1 o'clock on a Thursday, but anyway, so. But it's become men's breakfast, ladies invited, because many of the women did want to come, or some wanted to come with their husbands, or others just wanted to come.
Yeah.
And now they are coming. And
All the women are coming.
all the women are
The
coming.
women are
so,
invading.
you know, we have a limited number of seats because of the breakfast, not necessarily because of the room. So again, it's been something to manage in that people could have come for the talk only, and we even expanded that. Actually, we didn't want to turn people away for that one. I think you're thinking of this past month, because we did the breakfast for the Coconut Grove Fire.
Oh, that's right.
And we did a regular breakfast. For Aaron, we realized what was going to happen, and actually the Kaczynskis didn't want to turn anyone away. We did a light continental breakfast, so we could expand it. And so we did have more people for that. But the breakfast itself, it's tough. It's tough to say how we should handle that.
Is it,
We don't want men not to be able to come.
Is it possible to have a ladies' breakfast? Like do a separate thing for ladies? Like have a men's
And
breakfast?
that is the logical question, and the truth is, asking Fred and Amy to do another breakfast is not really,
Unless it gets scaled back to just continental.
and I will only say, well, okay, but then we're taking something away, and,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think we
And
have
then
the same
the men want
issue that some
breakfast.
senior centers have,
Right.
but
You're right.
finding something
That's
for
what
men, that men, you
Yeah,
know,
I
will
was
come in
gonna
and
I
attend.
agree, I think that's.
It was
I
kind of
think
the
it's great.
original
Yeah,
thing,
Exactly, we want,
and it
we
was
want to have a
nice.
men's breakfast,
Maybe it's the speakers that changed
but now
things.
it's broadening
I
out.
will say in the old building, we did try to create some programming that would offset, like for the ladies mostly, other things, TED Talks, speakers, you know, a lunch, a little lunch or whatever. And it just didn't go, they
What
just
about a
weren't
fashion show?
happy. But it's like, it's a whole, they're this far apart. And so, I don't know what to say, because now if men couldn't come to the last breakfast, you know, that is a shame, we don't want that to happen, but it did apparently. And so, I don't know, either we've got to work on the numbers, and at the select board, literally, when you see my challenges that I say, I mean, parking is always a challenge, right, parking is a big challenge.
Exactly.
Doing the right thing and being, you know, having a fair playing field and registering people, that's a challenge too, that we are trying to meet, but it's not easy to figure out, and where do we have, what policy is working, what isn't, and so, listening to people and knowing what's happening. I mean, we do have to figure it out, make a change, talk to Fred, get lesser speakers, you know, not make it so exciting, I don't know. It's
What if
kind
you gave men a window to sign up first, and then opened up to
Yeah, that will cause some,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
that will cost.
we basically should take it back and offer the woman's thing and see if that would go into Dr. Fred. So that would be a logical answer.
And maybe you don't do it every month in the beginning with a ladies' breakfast, and the talks could be totally different. It could be, you could have somebody, you know, like, someone from the Scituate Garden Club come, or do this.
That is absolutely true, and I think that might have been the direction we went before, but the truth is, they want they want
Yes.
the speakers we
We want
have.
the speakers that the men are
They
going
wanna
to.
hear the speakers we have. Now, would they come
No.
twice?
I mean, is it a one-off exception that it was so crowded, or is it beginning, the men's breakfast are really beginning?
It sort of depends on the speaker.
I
We
mean,
could
years
have.
ago, it was 18 to 20, and that was it.
Right.
What if you got a female radio talk show person? Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely, we would,
Yeah.
and they
yeah,
still
like make
all wanna come.
make them sort of equivalent, like similar, or, oh my God, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's tricky.
Can we just do something like, some people can come and not have breakfast, but can sit
That's what
in
we've
the
been
back?
doing. I guess I started to say that. That's what
We do
we've
that
been
already.
doing, and, you know, also the worst is that people come in saying, but I did sign up. And now mistakes can occur, and we know one way they occur, but it's hard to control that. So now we have to find places for them. And sometimes those are the ones that we try, you know, people don't show up still. So yes, we set up 1 or 2 empty tables that people can
Maybe
sit
you
at.
do it like with the women, just try it out, like maybe once a quarter, not every month.
Yep.
And see how it goes.
Because, like I said, I was going to go to this one because I had a relative that died in the
Yeah.
coconut
Yeah.
coal fire. And I called the week before, I thought,
Yeah.
well, this is, no one
Exactly.
called.
Oh, I know, we could send out an email to the men like the Friday before and say, you know, you have to sign up by Monday, and that would be okay.
Yeah. But maybe you could say, the breakfast is full if you wanna come to the speaker starts at.
That is
We
what we
do.
say, that is what we
So
say.
maybe not,
Well, that is, should happen, but again, you know, there's sometimes at the front desk, maybe they don't have the word always. So we do try to hear those things and make that correction, and you should know that, yes, that is what we do, and it's not the first time. Do you know what I mean? It's been every time. So, that is what we try to do. Sorry if that didn't happen for you. So anyway, that's an aside, but still, it is, it is something to contend with. Where was I?
Interesting.
Okay, and,
Men's
so,
breakfast is getting overcrowded.
breakfast, yes, it's great breakfast,
Yeah,
that's
it's
true,
great.
and it's fun to do. So yes, the, exercise still great, we're being asked to add exercise, we're literally running out of time slots to do anything more really than we've done, but we'll try. And it's funny because now, I forget, somebody was trying to do something at night, and it's interesting that, or what are our hours, and the funny thing is, you know, people come in at 8:15 for an 8:30 yoga 3 days a week, and we have yoga at 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 2 days a week, and tap 1 day a week at 4 to 5. And so really, we have expanded some of our hours. We finally found a spot because some of the people who wanted to play mahjong a second time or a first time do work, or maybe the only time they could do it. So they are coming in now on Wednesdays at 4 to 6, which is fine. I barely know they're here, and they don't need someone to monitor. So they're upstairs in the game room playing and coming back on Thursday. So, you know, we have tried to do more with the time
does that
that we
person
have.
have to be here until 6?
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they don't need that. I stayed for a while, but it doesn't have to be the case, no. So it's fine, that's fine with me, and they're anyway, so that's that. Now, I did ask, and we can wait a little bit, but off the record, I asked Elaine, if she could maybe update us on Shine, but I think we can wait on that. I see it mentioned in the activity, so I wanna come back to that, okay, Elaine?
Okay.
So, moving on to transportation. We just, it looks like, have numbers for October. And you know, the numbers, of course, that I even gave out at the select board meeting, I mean, basically for the total year, FY '25, it was over 5,000 rides and
Wow.
450 riders, patrons. And that, of course, is unduplicated. So in other words, literally 450 people use the transportation, but they contribute to the 5,000 rides, many of them taking every day, twice a week, whatever it might be.
October was busy.
And October was busy, yep. Doing a lot, I mean, we do have all 6 drivers. Joe is helping us out as much as he can for Boston rides, which, let's see, in October, was nearly 100 for SS Community Action Council, who we pay, and then comes out of our budget, of course, so we'd rather not do that many. So that's helpful that he is, and Tom can do it if necessary. So no, we couldn't be happier really with our drivers. And the breakdown is impressive.
Full six is good, we've been down to 3 or 4 sometimes.
And more people, back in the day, I've said this, it used to be that the transportation coordinator might be the only one who talked to some people that received our services or transportation. But now really so many of them come here, we know a lot of them, I would say at least half of them do come here, as well as use it for medical rides. So that's been nice, that's good.
The volunteer escorts, like there was 3 times or the 3 escorts?
In this case, 3 times in October they were used, I would say. There are 2 escorts, I wanna say right now, maybe not 3, so.
Did that always work out well?
We could use, I think
Yeah.
we could use more. It has worked out well. It's been really necessary for many of the riders to continue to use the van, because otherwise, it's too difficult.
They need an escort.
They do.
Yeah.
They need help on and off, or
Yep.
maybe even out of their house.
Yep.
It's a real
And
quality
sometimes
of life issue.
we don't want to say no. That used to be what we had to do, and then you'd hope to rely on family, but that's just not always the case really either. So yeah, if anyone's
It's
interested,
a
that.
really great service.
It is, it really is, it's great. Okay, and so, I'm gonna leave Kelly's and outreach for her, but let me just move on, quickly, if I can, but to the budget pages that I gave you. So this is the format that I am asked to complete every year, being, a narrative with new goals or goals to sometimes be continued and objectives, and just to move through it, the major budget components, which generally speaking, it's what draws from the budget, so personnel, and then other areas that we spend money, or are allowed to spend money, or have money to spend. Risks and challenges, and then accomplishments, which, I try to remember. I think we missed one, and I can't remember what that was, but we missed something.
That's when you forgot it.
And then on the back of page 2, I put the actual town budget line items for you, so even if you wanted to start there, salaries, full-time salaries, regular salaries, all totaled. We're up, that's more than it has been. You can look at FY '24, FY '25.
Yep.
And then FY '27, obviously there's raises, but, with new position last year, which is now kicked in with Kelly on that, so we have really 8 staff, well, which we can go over. I have a hard time counting now. And then, then there is the part-time salary, so full-time and part-time salaries are broken out. And then electricity, we don't have to pay here, which, gosh, if we did.
Comes under the town budget.
But the facilities department takes
Oh, yeah,
on
okay.
the gas and electric, which is amazing, because then it would be
Yeah.
much bigger, and people would start to notice, and probably question whether we needed other money.
Yep.
The big one for us right now is the repair maintenance property, in other words, all the stuff that either we know or don't anticipate, frankly,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
they did increase it for me last budget cycle. Thankfully, because I think it was more at 7 maybe, and now it's at 11.5. But honestly, the 1,500 for the wall, that was not included when I made that budget. Some of the repairs are big, like for the dishwasher or the freezer, especially when they need to travel. The trash continues to go up, of course, so that's over 300 a month now. I think it went up without my knowing it was going to go up, it just does. So just saying that. Rentals and leases, really, that was just the copier, so we'll get to ride on that for a year at least anyway, because we'll be under warranty again. Support services, that's all Comcast,
Wow.
and that's gone up. And we get a break for basic service, so they did take away, now Nessun is no longer basic service, so was probably one of the only things we probably put on for the men's game night was Nessun for the games. And so a couple of times the guys have brought their laptop, whoever had the service, and could put the game on the television. So, I'm just saying Comcast, but we do get our wireless for the public out of that. That's what we pay for mostly. Postage, it's gone, I mean, I've eliminated a lot of it. I guess I did keep 1,000 because, you know, we do use mail, but the newsletter, which is the bulk of our mailing costs, is mostly taken out of the formula grant. Which this year, I didn't include that here. Sorry. Is literally $90,000, so that's amazing. That's 1 year, but we do have that money, which, as I think most of you know, is based on the number of elders over 60 being counted for the census back in 2020. So I do have that number in front of me, but close to 6,000, 5,000 something, and times $16 a person. That's how we get that number, and so
So
that's
it's
a good amount.
the consensus that was done here in town.
It's the census, yeah, the federal census.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I remember when I was really active with MCOA, at that point, they got excited because it went up to $12.
I know.
So the fact that it's, I mean, 60
Fine.
doesn't seem like a
No.
lot, but it is.
I mean, our old census was, I do remember this number, was 4,300, I believe, and so that, at $12 a person, wasn't that much money, and you know,
No.
we take salaries from that sum.
Yeah.
So now,
16
it's a
is-
higher, you know, number
Number.
population and
Yeah.
a way higher number at $16.
Right.
That will not last next year, that will not, I didn't think it would happen this year. We were at 15, but it'll have to, it won't continue to go up. But anyway, so anyway, we pay for the newsletter mostly out of that and a lot of other things.
So is there any way to opt out of the physical newsletter and just get the electronic one?
Can't do that.
Oh, well, we,
Too many
Yeah.
people.
we get so many copies printed and we're sort of, not to say obligated to a certain number, but we are, because that's how they sell their advertising.
Ah,
So you don't have to get it in the mail,
right.
that you can opt out
You
of.
can get it.
And
You
so
get it
our
online.
mailing list can go down a
So
little
where would
bit.
I go to opt out?
Just the front desk.
Oh.
Yeah, you can ask anyone.
Everything
It's-
happens at the front desk.
It can happen at the front desk, but basically it's a button.
And not everybody is signed up for the mailing. You have to ask to be signed up for the mailing.
Oh.
So-
Or be asked, I mean,
Yeah.
we may ask. It
Some
used to be we weren't pushing it, but of course, for outreach purposes, we don't want people not to see it,
Yeah, they
so.
can take you up.
Jill ends up sending a new list to our printer mailer,
Mhm.
so that they always have a new mailing list. And then periodically we pare it down because there's duplicates or other things, you know, people have died. So I forget what our number is right now, I think it's 2,200 maybe that we actually take, or maybe 23. So,
You
That's
can't-
why we have them
It'd be
here.
nice to give them to people who don't already look at it online
Yeah, I
and have
mean,
to mail it out to me, who's not gonna look at it, you know?
yeah.
Well, we
Although
know-
Kinsey, like, we talked about that at church, you know, like doing away with the church bulletins and just
Yeah.
having, the problem is that it's a generational thing. Some
Yeah.
people just
I mean-
like to have,
And a lot of people
Thing,
don't
they-
have the computer
and
access
they don't
or
have
knowledge.
it.
And you
Yeah.
know what, I am not suggesting you
Yeah.
stop sending it, I am suggesting you stop sending it to me.
Okay, well, I think did you make that, did you put that in the minutes? Put that in the minutes.
you know, it's a good thing to have, we worked on it, it's a beautiful thing, and I think it helps
No, it's
people
that-
remember
it's a good idea.
things, so that said,
And,
it's,
and if people like me don't get it, at their house. You could
You
take
can pick
those
it up, yeah.
extra ones and give them some other place,
Yeah.
like at the village market or, you know,
Well, we
some
do try to
other
do that.
church or wherever.
I get
you know?
excited when I get mail. I don't get very
No,
much.
no.
You obviously are not old enough yet to be deluged with mail.
But maybe if it helps for you to not to spend too much more time on this, because you can review it, of course, yourself, but going back to, not actually, it's not really page 308, but that must have been the whole, all the departments. So the personnel, so you can see the full-time positions, and then the part-time positions, all the way down to the drivers. And the custodian, of course, we split him with the recreation department, and he is paid through the facilities department, so he is not on the budget. And in terms of full-time, part-time, supported by the budget, I will say the activities coordinator, right, is 25 hours on the formula grant, 5 hours by the town right now, so technically she is part-time. I've been supporting some extra hours for her out of the formula grant. Jill was 25 hours, years ago always, and we ended up asking if she could become full-time, but 10 of those hours are on the formula grant, so that's not the town, that's us supporting her as a full-time person. The new dishwasher will be funded through the formula grant. And the social day program coordinators or leaders, that's through, well, that's actually self-funded through the fee that we charge, and/or it's really a donation that is able to support that, so we don't do that. So that's what we're supporting here, or the other ones are all supported by the town, which is great. So, the kitchen in particular, which, of course, when they asked for us to suggest how we would reduce the budget by 5%, and little did I know that with our budget now, 5% would be like $21,000. That's a lot,
Yeah.
So, wow, that was not easy to say, and basically, you sort of look at the kitchen, because we do have maybe I didn't finish that, we have a $25,000 line item from the town that helps support the kitchen costs. So that is very nice, along with office supplies and cleaning supplies, which are negligible, but that's big. And they haven't as yet decided to take that away, but, we would have to reduce or raise the prices for lunch,
I was
obviously.
just gonna say, I mean,
We'd have
if
to double the price for lunch
Yeah.
to really pay for it.
maybe you just do it a little bit at a time.
But I
Maybe
think what we'll try to do this year is
go up
look,
to $6.
there are other state opportunities, grants, maybe regional, that maybe could help to support a lunch. And that would be something to look for a grant. So that's what we're gonna try to do. With extra help, now we can look beyond. So that's what I hope we'll do. So maybe next year there will be some solution to that. But at this point, it was accepted as is, so that's what we can hope for.
The budget's fine, correct?
The budget was accepted by the town administrator and, the board, the select board at this.
How many people come to lunch in total for the year?
Well, I did give you some stats in addition to the budget, so the next 2 pages are just kind of stats. Now, I don't think I listed lunch separately, so I don't have that, but 48 a day is the magic number.
Times 4.
Most of them filled to 48.
Yep.
Tuesdays, sometimes a little less. Basically, 52 weeks a year,
Yeah.
minus holidays.
190 times 52.
But I don't have that number on me, I can bring it next time.
99.84.
times 50?
99,
$9,984 if you just do the math.
Yeah.
So if you even raise it $1 to $6, that's gonna give you an extra $9,000.
I am with you 100%, we talked about it at this point, let's say the kitchen would like us to raise it a little bit, just because they know what the spending is. But the town is very happy that we do lunch at $5, and at this point is not interested, which is why they didn't take this away,
Yeah.
so.
And it would involve a lot of $1 bills.
Yeah.
True.
Do you know what other towns are charging?
Well, I will, not everybody, I don't know that would be good to learn, but Duxbury, I just know, they do it differently, they have sort of a deli, kind of a, you can go there, you can eat there,
It's
you
not
can
the
take it
same,
out,
yeah.
it's different, and they charge maybe $3 for a sandwich lunch. They are funded through a regional planning council type grant, so that helps them, and maybe also the formula grant, which we could do if we opted to do that and figured out an amount that we could afford. So there is that. But, so some are less, but some are less because they're also using social elder services maybe for the food that comes in. You know, it's
Okay.
not homemade in the kitchen.
Or hot meals.
And some do it differently. Cohasset's got a different model where they're using chefs from different restaurants that come in and volunteer. It's hard to get all that to happen, you know, on a regular basis. And Marshfields is a little of both. They do some Old Colony, they do some of their own, and it's a little bit of a combination. So that would be a good research project, I guess. So I feel like I have talked enough. But, you know, numbers, if you're interested, you can tell by each of the statistic sheets what the period is. So I tried to do a month, a year, and a week, broken down by day, just so you get an idea of what the general, if people ask you, you know, how many do come in a day. Basically, it could be 250 a day, it could be, you know, 180. There you go, Thursday. Our latest day is Friday, our heaviest day is Wednesday. So, there you have it, and if you're ready, we can move it over to Kelly, our Assistant Director.
Take it away.
Past month has been filled with meaningful programs, community engagement, and professional growth opportunities. It's been wonderful to see our programs thriving and to continue connecting with both participants and partners who help strengthen the work we do every day. My meet and greet sessions have continued to go very well, offering a welcoming space for new and returning participants to learn about what programs and services we offer. That's once a month.
Is that going up? Like, we
It
were really
varies-
slow at the beginning.
It varies, you know, I had 6 this month, you know, I may have 3, but I
That's not
wanna
bad.
say,
They
it's
really
so
good.
engaging.
6 is not bad at all.
No, I love them and they love them. I feel like I'm like selling the place, like, it really, and they love them. So they come in, they thank me, so I
That's
can't
good.
complain.
That's great.
Grieve Not Alone support group has been going great, started this past month, or started in October. Participants are sharing openly and finding comfort and connection in the group. I did have a couple that were in Susan's group last year that continued on for this year, and it is a really nice group, and I see why Susan did it for as long as she did, 'cause it's nice. Resources for Caregiver Group remains a valuable, informative program with participants expressing gratitude for the shared experiences and support. They absolutely love that they're not walking the path alone, that they feel when they're connecting with other people in the group. They thought that they were the only ones dealing with their caregiving
Challenges
difficulties, and so it's very helpful that they can bounce things off each other.
Like, that could be the biggest benefit right there.
Oh, it's such a benefit.
Just knowing you're not alone.
No, and they thought they were, because they're just so wrapped up in their
Yeah, in their own
caregiving
world.
that they don't have someone else that they can talk to, so they find it very rewarding to come to the meetings. Health and Wellness Fair was very well attended, bringing together a wide range of community partners, vendors, participants for a successful day of education and engagement. I attended the Accessibility Awareness Fair with Erica, the town social worker, Lauren, transportation, and Janine, our outreach as representatives for the senior center, highlighting our ongoing commitment and inclusion in accessibility for all. And I have to say, well attended by vendors, I guess, but it wasn't a very well attended
like for people.
fair, but I think it was the day and there was a lot going on at the high school sport-wise, so I think parking might have been a little bit difficult for people. But there was great vendors there. attended a community discussion at Pratt Library titled Now What? Navigating Care and Family Dynamics After a Dementia Diagnosis. And it was a presentation by Dr. Donald Marks, and it's hosted by Oasis.
Where's Pratt Library?
Oh, Cohasset, sorry.
Oh.
I know that.
He was really good, he was really informative, years of experience. So I
Forget him.
did that, yeah, he would be great.
I know someone who works for him.
Attended the MCOA conference, which was inspiring, informative as always. Love, love, love going to it. Proud to share that I received my project manager. All right, looking ahead, continuing to support and grow our ongoing programs, including caregiver and meet and greet groups. Beginning development of the Memory Cafe initiative and planning in outreach to potential partners underway. Continuing, what was that?
You think,
Oh, with our Memory Cafe, so I did go to the Norwell Memory Cafe, theirs was amazing. They do it once a month, and I was shocked at how engaging it was to the participants that went. They were so happy there, and I'm talking about the caregivers as well as their loved one that they were bringing with them.
Can you just explain what the Memory Cafe is?
Memory Cafe is an opportunity for a person that has a memory cognitive issue, whether it be dementia, Alzheimer's, Lewy body. They go with their caregiver. So it allows the caregiver as well as the person to have a lot of interaction and socialization with other people. And the comfort level, a lot of times the comfort level for people with dementia, they don't want to be in some groups where they're feeling that they may forget what they're trying to say and they back away. But then they go to these memory cafes and they just feel so engaged there.
So what actually happens? I mean, where do you hold it?
Everybody's different, so we'll hold it here when we
But
do ours.
it's like you hold it in a room? Is it like, when I think of a cafe, I think of coffee
Well,
and donuts?
I think because it was created, the memory cafe was maybe that they created it in like a cafe.
Oh, I
It
see.
doesn't, like in Norwell, I don't know if you've ever been to their senior center, they just held it in their basement, and in the
Downstairs.
summer, they hold it outside.
So it's just bringing the group together?
It's
not
an
necessarily like
activity-based
coffee and-
concept,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay.
And whether they change theirs up, they have themes that theirs, I really like their concept. They do a theme each time, and, this one they made, they had all kinds of music, Halloween music, different ones, and, I mean, I'm telling you, they were all up dancing for 45 minutes.
Really?
They were, yes, I was like, I need to sit down.
The original idea was to have an opportunity for caregivers to attend with their partners or their loved ones or their, and enjoy it so that they
Together.
did together. And
Rather than it just always being cared
Yeah.
given.
Right.
That
Well,
could be
either
like-
caregivers at a caregiver support group, and say maybe the individuals
Out
themselves are
here.
in a social day program.
Right,
This,
so
then
this is like
there's
bringing,
the interaction, and the spouses are actually getting, becoming really bonding, and they're now going out to lunch and different things as
That's
groups
good.
too. So it's really
That's
a great program. So
Wow.
we're doing that, and, probably gonna be similar to what Norwell has done, because theirs has really
That's
taken
great.
off so well. And we'll do it at a day that they don't have. Because theirs is, I think, twice a month.
oh,
on
so, because somebody
Tuesdays.
could go from,
They could go to both,
Right,
right?
just
Because
like with
I
any
went
other
to
program.
theirs, and I was surprised at the amount of Scituate people there.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was really good.
so that's where the funding from the grant that Kelly did, right, will go.
Will go
To try
towards
to,
that.
building that out and
Oh, because you got,
entertainment
you
or
got,
whatever.
you secured a grant for that.
The grant for that, right, so you
That's
gotta
awesome,
get on,
awesome.
get that going.
Anna?
Just a comment,
Sure.
with the dementia and cognitive issues, music is not affected by that. It's on the other side of the brain. So that's why
So the
people
enjoyment
remember
of
that.
music or,
Yeah, people remember the music.
Mhm.
So what has been done
Yeah.
sometimes is when you talk to people, you sing it. And for some reason, they remember it.
yeah,
Versus because it's on the other side of the brain.
that is interesting. I mean, honestly, Lucille does a lot of, they do a lot with
absolutely.
YouTube and with music, that is a good part of the program here for sure, but I didn't ever know that fact.
Right, and then also, if they start getting agitated or anything, they start putting on like classical music and will just calm them
Mhm.
down. Versus talking to them or anything because it's on the other side of the brain and they don't comprehend that. So they use the classical music to calm them down.
Make a note of
Interesting.
that.
No, we actually do see it in
What?
people that have not, that can't verbally
Mm-hmm.
express themselves, they can recite a whole song.
Hmm.
So
Really?
it is amazing,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
on
it
the
is, 'cause
other
it's a
side.
big part,
That's
yeah.
really,
It's not affected at all.
that's really amazing.
Continuing to enhance volunteer engagement and really recognizing our volunteers for the hard work that they do. As I say it to people, like, we wouldn't be able to run without them. I mean, they are just such a vital, essential part of the senior center. And I'm thankful for them every day for everything that they do. And I mean, this is the desk, the kitchen, up here, the social day is amazing. And then it's rewarding to see our senior center flourish and to witness the positive impact we have on our community members. I'm grateful for the opportunity to represent Scituate Senior Center at like the awareness event and like the MCOA that I went to, and continue contributing to our mission of connection, independence, and quality of life. I know I shortened our mission statement a little bit
Kelly,
there.
can I just,
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't want to interrupt you.
no, go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. So on the newcomer meet and greet, obviously it's in the newsletter.
Right,
But it just suddenly struck me, I mean, if somebody has moved into the town, they may not be getting the newsletter yet.
right.
So would there be a way to like either
I mean, maybe
put flyers up or like do something on Facebook or I don't know what to say, hey, have you seen our great,
Right.
Our terrific, are you new to town? Have you come to our
She
senior?
posted
Because
it on
even like at the men's at the veterans luncheon, there were people that were coming, they were family members
Right.
of the veterans. You would not believe how many people on their own were walking around this, just
Yeah.
checking out the senior center and saying, oh, because they'd never been here and saying, oh my God, this is amazing, it's beautiful, it's the artwork, the fireplace, all of that. And so I'm just,
I mean, I think hanging it in like the post office, but I mean,
That's
people
gonna-
aren't necessarily walking in the post office every day.
no, but
isn't.
like even the village market,
Village market.
I'm just thinking, if there's a way to get or the other thing would be, I just have to think of
I don't
this,
know.
the senior news, the SS,
Oh, that newspaper.
South Shore, thank you,
Yeah,
South Shore Senior News,
true,
maybe to put like a little
blurb in there.
blurb in
I mean,
there.
SCTV would pick it up. on
Yeah.
They would, I
community
mean, there
announcements.
are means,
Yeah.
that is outreach, that is marketing, and
Right.
something that, again, with the extra staff,
Yeah, we can
we
get that
would
going.
hope to get to, because I mean, that's been.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
something
trying to, I'm not,
No.
I'm just, my brain is working, so I just wanted to
So
throw
I
that out
think
before I
that a lot
forget.
of these things are great, and I think that it was a little hectic there for a little bit, when, like a change in staff, but I think,
Now that things have settled
yeah,
down.
they've settled and, everyone.
I mean, word of mouth has been great, we would say
Yeah.
that has worked, neighbors,
Right.
family.
No, but I'm just saying to come to her meet and greet.
But I don't know about if Lisa Beth, does she still do what she used to do?
No.
Does it- She
The
doesn't do it
welcome,
anymore?
welcome
No.
A
wagon.
little
The
Scituate,
welcome wagon, yeah.
Hello, it's me.
a little Scituate.
No, but I'm saying, like, I know there's
Yeah.
word of mouth,
Right.
I'm just saying, to reach people
Yeah,
that have never been here.
right,
That,
right.
move to the town, and I'm telling people about it all the time, that I know are over 60,
Yeah.
to say, have you been to the senior center yet? Check it out.
True, yeah, there's more places we could definitely put that,
Um,
even if maybe the church
The
village.
101.3 radio station?
Yes.
does-
Yes, they're going to be here, Saturday, actually,
Yes.
for the Friends,
Right.
although I forgot that.
Do you have
that was
a
it.
sign-up sheet for Saturday? Or like a little booth for new people in town? Because I mean, Saturday, the Christmas fair is gonna be packed.
Oh, that's a
So
So
great
Really
that's
did
a
not
good
plan
idea
on
to
that.
catch people when they come here.
Gail will be here, and it's
Yeah.
possible she could.
You know, to have like a little booth and a sign-up sheet, and their address or phone number.
Yeah, and then Kelly, you have nothing else to do, and then you could reach out to them.
Because the fairs,
Add that to
all
your
the
list.
fairs around
Well, I
here are
could
packed.
make some flyers
so.
and put them out for that day.
Yeah.
From your mouth to their ears, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be, that's a great idea. And then the one that's at high school also.
Yeah.
And I just wanna let you know, I'm promoting the knitting,
Yay,
immensely.
very
Because
good.
I have a lot of friends who are grandparents, and with the money being very tight and cuts and everything, and jobs lost,
Yeah.
I said, this is a great job, great place to go to get things for your grandchildren for Christmas, and everything is homemade and under $10.
It is, no, it's always a big hit. They do a
When
beautiful
is
job.
it?
I bought stuff.
December 3rd, yeah.
Third, yeah. I
They've
think
been
it's the
knitting
third.
away.
So it's,
There you are. Thank you, Annie, yes, that's a good, great point.
You wanna go through Janine's
Janine,
report?
sure. Janine, she, as well as Lauren, they're amazing. And she is in the midst of starting fuel assistance, so that'll be busy for her right now. A lot of questions with SNAP. And then, let's see, paid assistance through local charitable organizations for seniors who are dealing with medical emergencies. You know, she's dealt with Live, Love, Learn, Love, Live, Learn. That's a Scituate nonprofit organization for women that have experienced cancer, so she has reached out to them for some help. Helped several clients with technology issues, so we added her. We didn't have our student anymore, so we added Janine as a technology person,
Oh.
so she has made time every Tuesday, I believe, for helping anybody with those issues, or walk-ins.
anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
She's good.
Continue to do wellness checks for individuals who are experiencing hardships. Consulted with individuals on what resources are available to aging family members who need assistance or care. Home visits to open and file mail for a Central Park tenant who is legally blind. Worked with Housing Authority to set up a long-term assistance not offered by the Mass Commission of Blind. So they did find someone for that. Contacted DTA and Social Security Administration offices to successfully advocate for and assist our clients. Offer service of reaching out to various organizations to help expedite communications for seniors who are often frustrated by telephone hold times associated with state and government organizations. Connect individuals with South Shore Elder Services for support for themselves or loved ones. Continue to meet members who stop in for various questions, resource requests. She did the fuel assistance training program. She joined a Shine training offered by MCOA.
Oh, that's good.
And then attended the QBR suicide prevention training here at the senior center. She continues to meet members and let them know what outreach services are available. She works with Scituate Community Christmas to offer outreach to seniors who would benefit from an act of kindness. And these are her goals for next month. Communicate and collaborate with other local outreach coordinators to continue to identify how to best serve the needs of our clients.
Does she reach out at all to St. Vincent de Paul, that out of St. Mary's, because that's.
I believe she has, and I have as well. You know, when she just had started, I was
They're
kind of still helping out. They were.
We have it.
Yep, yep.
Collectively.
And I actually have to call them for someone for
Yes.
Oh, Raft, they assist with people that need help paying for their rent or their moving expenses. I don't know what the accurate,
Actually, I just looked that up the
Yeah.
other day, trying to help.
Yeah,
To find out. That's great. She is fabulous and we're happy to, so lucky and happy to have her.
absolutely.
Doing a great job.
So I think that's it.
Very good. Busy. Anybody have any questions for Kelly or
It
Linda?
stands for Residential Assistance for Families in Transition.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Just a question, to like the, in the whale, the $5, is that like an honorarium from him?
We were paying for that, so we paid for that out of, not to say pocket, formula grant and such, but yes, that would help us offset that as a program. It was a little expensive, but well worth it. We didn't mention that because it was just November 5th, but the In the Whale documentary, people that came were very thrilled.
You haven't come back, too
We'll
much.
have to have him come back. He has, I still have to get back to him again. He was a very nice speaker. It was great, worth that money to have him be there, just to fill
It
in
was a real
supplements.
treat.
It was a real treat, it was, and the film itself was a treat. That was nice, we would have him back, yeah.
Very good.
Just an FYI, I'm volunteer for, the last couple of years of Stay Strong at the YMCA in
Mhm.
Hanover. And they also, recently found out after their, research and everything, that many grandparents take care of their grandchildren now.
Mhm.
And so they, something to think about if you, and say if the grandparents or any member of the family have cancer,
Mhm.
there's whole bunch of resources the Y is giving mostly free of charge. And it's very, they even have a food bank now for them, for Stay Strong attendees. And includes free membership for a year, your children or grandchildren, whatever situation you're in, might be able to get a donation to go to the camp at the Y. Or they might be able to subsidize, the fee for the Y.
Oh, okay.
And they also have exercises now just for cancer survivors at the Y, and they're looking into expanding that. So if you have any questions, because I told them I work, I'm a volunteer here, they said that have, Kelly or, yourself, Linda, contact them directly, and they'd be happy to come over and meet with
We'll
you.
find out about that. Great.
Good. Kenzie?
Well, I'm happy to report, there's
Social
no
issues.
bad news this month.
That's great.
So that's great. Everything has been running fairly smoothly. Anybody who wants services and has applied for them is getting them. And so that's really what we were most concerned about, was that the cuts would come so
Yeah.
quickly that we wouldn't be able to keep up with the services that people needed. There is still the waiting list at the state side. So we don't know how many people they're not referring to us. But everybody that is referred or comes in through one of the locals, like you were just talking about, all of those people are getting services immediately. There has been no wait, there's nothing changed. The state has, in fact, paid some of the money that they owed. They haven't paid all of the last quarter yet, but they've paid part of it. And that has made up a huge part of the deficit that they were running for now at least 3 quarters. And so they're expecting to get that money
Good.
eventually. They just know when eventually will come. But they are getting paid also for this fiscal year as well. So it's like, I don't know, maybe the monies are in separate funding streams, or maybe they're not released in the same way from the feds. I don't really know what the ins and outs are at the federal level. But at the federal level, they've decided now what their theme is going to be for the way that they're going to run the new department. Remember I told you they were going to have everything from children to elders in the same department? And we were concerned about, how is the money gonna be spent? Will elders be in competition with children the way they often are? And so what they've decided to do is, instead of focusing on aging as a term, they're going to focus on longevity. And they're going to program around that. And that fits in better with what Secretary Kennedy wants to do and what Dr. Oz wants to do. So there was a meeting at the state level that our executive director, CEO had attended, bless you, and they talked about what it's going to be like to try to transition, bless you, to the new focus. How the grants need to be written, how you have to rethink the services that you're doing, talk about them, write about them in ways that fit more neatly into the new focus that they've got at the federal level. That's also going to create problems at the state level as well, because they just reorganized themselves into something different with their own new focus. And then now they've got to try to fit into what the feds are doing. And then at South Shore, they've got to fit into both, because they're going to be looking for federal grants, but they're also going to be looking to the state. So it's an issue. It's not a huge issue. They have talented people. They have a great policy person. who is still working on, you know, the upper levels of what's going on in the state and at the federal level. Although it's been harder for the past 45 days because there wasn't anybody really there to talk to about it. So the thinking is that they'll be able to do it really well and that they will continue to provide the same kinds of services. It's just that they may be called something different or spoken about differently or have a different title. The programs may have different titles so that, I mean, one of the things that we're all fighting against is that we have at the state level a very antagonistic approach to the federal government right now. There's a lot of pushback at the state level, to put it mildly. And one of the things that South Shore and all of the other level people have to do is think strategically so that they can work with the people at the state level who are pushing back on the feds, but at the same time find a way to work with the feds that is not antagonistic and allows them to do what they need to do.
Why are they antagonistic towards the federal government?
Well, they won't, the state.
Why?
I
I just thought I'd throw that question right into the middle of the room,
Yeah.
because there's a big white elephant in there that no one can
Yeah.
see.
I mean, the state is really working very hard to provide for services that the feds are not willing to provide in the way that the state expects them to provide them.
Yeah.
Monies have been held back. You know, the latest has been at the federal level with the SNAP program. And then the state has said, they gave the money out
We
on
started it,
Saturday
no.
morning and said, don't give it back. We're not giving it back, make us do it to the feds. And it's that kind of level of discord, let's say, that's making it difficult for the non-state agencies, nonprofit agencies, to figure out this
Yeah, how
new
to
environment
thread the needle.
that is both antagonistic and needs to be, without giving up your integrity, something that you can work with at the federal level. And that's really gonna be tricky. I mean, they really need to be very, very strategic about it, so they don't upset either one level or the other, or possibly both. You know, because if there were no federal or state dollars, if there weren't the pass-through, if there weren't this flow of money coming from the feds, there would be no South Shore. There would be no pass-through from them for in-home services, for, you know, meals, for all of the programmatic stuff that they do. And that would move the burden down to the local level, which would be
Which would,
fairly impossible
couldn't handle.
to be able to do. So, I mean, it's good news. I mean, it's not bad
Yeah,
news.
yeah,
It
yeah.
could be a
I
lot
like the
worse.
idea of shifting the focus from aging to longevity.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh.
like taking your head and being an owl, you know, and moving it around to the back so you can see behind you, because,
One is very positive, the other is,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
sort of
I mean,
end of life.
and the longevity fits into the way that the secretary is looking at health.
Yeah,
You know, that you contribute to your own health. It's not all about, we're gonna give it to you. You don't have to get sick to get it. You can contribute to your own health, not your own health care, that's a whole other thing, but to your own health. And that's a way to, you know, to bring that focus into what you bring into people's homes, to the caregivers, to the clients that need services, and still deal with the state and the federal level is, I don't think it's gonna be easy. I think it's gonna be tough. But as I said last time, it could be the best thing that ever happened, right? If it's done well. And we'll see in the next 3 years how it goes, but depending on who gets elected next time, who gets into the Senate, in the House of Representatives, they could take a program that someone else developed and make it into something spectacular if it hadn't been already done.
Mhm.
So, we'll see, I mean,
Good,
yep.
okay.
Thank you.
Elaine, we're gonna hop, you're gonna multitask here.
Multitask, yes.
Shine and
So
Foss.
you wanna do Foss first?
Yes. First, we had the English tea in October, I forgot the date, 17th, I think it was. Very successful, everybody loved it. I've heard nothing but rave reviews. They're doing it again next year around the same time.
Okay.
And next year, they're gonna have a hat contest.
Absolutely. Because
I
that
think
was
it's a
so
thing.
much fun.
Yeah, yeah,
Have what?
hat contest, that,
Oh, a hat contest, okay, I didn't hear what you said.
so, that was that, and Saturday is our big holiday fair, from 9 to 2. The high school is having theirs from 10 to 3. So we get the first break.
I saw that, this is again, another year where,
Yep, but, they can come to us first. So,
so the timing is different?
we're going at 9 to 2, and theirs is 10 to 3.
Okay.
There was a lot of cross-pollination last year.
Yeah.
People going back and forth between high school and here.
Yes,
Very
yeah.
nice.
And that's fine, that's fine. You know,
Yeah.
we had a lot of people come last year, and I'm sure that, I know that the high school did fine. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be here for photo ops with the kids.
Yay.
Yes, and their food truck is gonna be here.
How are
One-
you
one-
making out with vendors? Because I see your signs
Yeah.
go up.
It changed today, it's now saying that the holiday fair is gonna be here.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, we have, I believe it's a full complement of vendors.
Good.
And we have, as mentioned earlier, 1013 is gonna be broadcasting live from here during the fair.
Cool.
They're gonna be maybe doing interviews with people that come in, and Santa and Mrs. Claus interviews, whatever, just trying, and it's gonna be broadcast live, so it'll be a plus for Foss, and a plus for the senior center, and a plus for Santa Claus.
You never did come in and check in about any of the building, anything that they might have needed to know, I haven't heard from them. I just wanna say that you had communicated with me, and I thought he was, but he didn't.
This is the radio station.
Yeah, just saying. And I won't be
Okay,
here. Yeah, will be.
As long as he can handle the broadcast. Yeah,
yeah,
good.
we can check with, I'll check with Kendall and see. And that the baked goods are coming in tomorrow, we're gonna be here from 1 to 3 tomorrow, accepting baked goods that we're gonna be selling at the baked good table.
Okay.
And we're also gonna be getting the
Oh, yeah.
supplies we need from the gates,
Did she know?
well, we have a storage room.
Oh, yeah.
So we bring them over tomorrow
She
afternoon,
did
so
know
that we won't have to do it Saturday
Saturday
morning.
morning.
I should call
I think that's it for us, for Foss.
her.
It's
So
usually a big deal,
otherwise,
that's good.
yeah, and I had asked Elaine, cause she has been sort of, totally our shine, she's handling all our shine appointments, which have doubled, needless to say, and just with the media and reports about how difficult it is with all the insurance changes, I thought it might be nice for you to hear a little bit about what she's
Yeah.
seeing and doing
Yeah.
for our people.
Very busy.
Could I add one thing to that?
Sure.
That Toys for Tots are also going to be here.
Okay,
And I think that will be good for them, the fire department, and then I guess the police too.
the what?
The fire department and the police work on that? I'm not
I
sure.
don't know, it's a state police program.
Oh, okay. I don't know who did, I was told that we were working with the fire department here. So if you wanna bring a gift or make a donation, you can do that also at the fair. Thank
We
you.
also, at Foss made a donation to the food pantry in response to the cutback for SNAP. and offered them a place. I don't know if they're gonna be able to come.
Yeah, I don't know either,
Okay.
because they're dealing directly with Karen. But
Okay.
we also, I wanted to say also that we're co-sponsoring the big band.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
Funding.
So we're happy about that. We think it'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna cross-promote it, so that we'll be sending out things to all of our members as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go back to Sean.
Okay. Very busy.
Yes, very busy, very busy. Today was the worst day ever.
Yeah, I could
Uh,
tell.
It, signed just for everybody benefit, I think most everybody here has been to see me. It stands for the Serving the Health Insurance Needs of Everyone. It's basically focused on Medicare, but we do get into Mass Health as well. And that we do get into the Medicare supplements, which are private insurers, so we get into that. Open enrollment for, basically for Medicare beneficiaries is October 15th to December 7th every year. And that's what it is this year. We've had a number of problems with the Medicare Plan Finder, which is what we have to use to determine what the current client is on, what might be better for them, what might be more economical for them. The Plan Finder is not working.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It worked, this morning it worked fine until about 10 o'clock.
Unbelievable.
And then stopped. I mean, I saw 7 people today, and 4 of them, I couldn't get onto the Plan Finder.
Sure.
So I had to show them, some of them are coming back at another, but because they can't get another date, so I'm telling them to come back at 1 o'clock on a date that I'm here.
So is the system itself overburdened and just
I
crashing?
don't know if it's, I don't know if it's a system that's overburdened, and I'm sure it is. And
Wasn't that the problem? You reported that last month, right?
last month, yeah.
At our meeting, that it was the problem was starting again, so we think.
Well, that was still on, October 15th, we knew it was coming. Right now, so it worked fine, and then I think it gets overwhelmed, the system gets overloaded. But also, it could be because of the government shutdown.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're
Oh,
able to maintain it or keep it running possibly, I don't know if there was not supposed to be any deficits to anybody with Medicare, they were supposed to get everything paid for. Don't know if that included setting up something to go for next year. So, and then of course, on top of all of that, we had 2 major insurers discontinue plans for Medicare Advantage plans for next year. Very popular plans, they're 0 premiums, good benefits. One of them was Blue Cross Blue Shield, 4,600 clients in the Plymouth County alone were being disenrolled from a plan,
Yeah,
panicking.
I'm sure.
And the other one was United Healthcare, and then there are providers out there that now will not do business with United Healthcare, they're getting, my doctor was not seeing, getting paid by United Healthcare, you would have to find a different doctor, you would have to find a new health plan. And that's been really trying and heartbreaking at times, because it's so difficult, and I, me and my schedule doesn't just, goes out the window.
God bless you, Elaine.
I know, and she's seeing upwards to not just the 5 or 6 twice a week, so that's now
Right.
10 or 12 a
Yeah.
week for 8 weeks,
Well, I'm
and
sure
then
there's a
some.
backlog.
And then I have had 3 forms to fill out that I can do from home. Because I tried to do one this afternoon, here, while I was here, and I couldn't get in to do that either. So, I'll try it from home, so maybe it's quite better at night.
Wow.
December 7th is a Sunday.
Yeah, I know,
Well, the
the,
last
the,
day of
the, private insurers, Blue Cross Blue Shield, all of those insurers are open, their customer service is open Saturday and Sunday.
So you can see we're doing that. Now, we're also telling people who call, you know, we have a wait list for appointments, or some of them might have later appointments, but one of them earlier, so we just have this big wait list. But she has the form, so we do try to encourage them to fill out the form if she can get to it. But also, well, we did have one presentation, which had we known ahead of time, we probably could have done more. That might have helped some people with information, and that company, Garrity Advantage, has a woman, and so she's knowledgeable and able to make one-on-one appointments. And they're not charged for those appointments, they are, you know, done through the companies they represent, granted, but we like them, and they've been here and doing some work with others and providing information, so we hope that's helpful to those we can't help otherwise.
And another thing that's, with both the Blue Cross plans and the United plans, the clients that are being disenrolled were given till December 31st. Open enrollment is going for them to be December 31st, which we at Shine didn't know until October 15th or something like that. So we were told to
Are
cancel
those
Christmas.
insurers pulling out some of their plans, or they're pulling out completely?
Some,
Okay.
just pulling out, they're just pulling out the.
Like if Blue Cross Blue Shield has 7 offerings, they're eliminating 3.
Blue
Well,
Cross
I
Blue
mean, I'm
Shield,
just
yeah,
throwing it
yeah,
out.
right,
Yeah, okay.
but they did, what they're eliminating is the one that didn't cost anything.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Right,
sure, right.
So
Most
if
of
they
the
want to
Medicare
continue with
Advantage
Blue Cross Blue Shield, the
that
cheapest
have
one they can
no
get is
fees,
$59 a month.
and you get like $600, you can get $600 for over the counter. You can get dental, you can get scripts, it's like a combined package. I sent a notice out to my community and network here in Massachusetts, that to probably do a run of your patients who have these, you know, these Medicare Advantage programs, because most of the clients, the beneficiaries probably will do nothing, and that will mean that your AR is gonna be going up and you'll be giving free care. But yet the seniors will be paying for a product that they can't use. And the seniors, they just don't understand, it's very complex.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So it's gonna affect the medical community, I would say, February 1st, when they realize all their services they gave the seniors could not be covered and they would be self-payers, which is not gonna work. Then they'll probably, you know, write-offs.
It's just really sad.
It's just sad.
Well, thank you for doing what you're doing, thank you
Yeah.
for that information, Juliana, I mean, it's been
You're
amazing.
sending
Sure,
people to
busy.
Cohasset too?
I actually forgot that until now, I know they called us last week and said that they had some
Yeah,
openings,
yeah.
which,
I sent people today, I said, start calling other towns, because
but actually that was.
Actually, everybody was full, but I did get a call from Cohasset
okay.
that they had a few openings the end of November and the first week of December.
I forgot that. Their newish outreach coordinator is a trained Shine counselor, who used to come here, so she
She
was
trained with me, so she.
So,
And just an FYI, a lot of the scripts, a lot of the pharmacies and the dentist practices have dropped the programs also.
Yeah.
So the seniors don't realize there's 3 components.
Right.
It's not just medical. So they could be paying for a product, they won't be able to be self-pay in medical. And then they go to the pharmacy, they'd be self-pay. And then they go to the dentist and they'll be self-pay, because they all have dropped out of their program. And it's hard to explain this to seniors. It's hard to explain to anybody, I would say. You don't have to be a senior.
It's very difficult, but that's something that you have to know that we
well, I
have to
thought it
look
would be nice for everyone to sort of hear from, you know, direct, because we are hearing other things.
I bet.
Hopefully nobody's affected.
Yeah. Wow.
Thanks, Elaine.
Okay, thank you.
When you listen to those music, when they put you on the phone, you use the will to live.
Some of the music is, you know,
Does anybody have
Because
any
it must be on a
other,
loop,
any other
though.
business? Anybody? Russ?
Just a quick question, I guess. Have we done an education effort with AI or anything like that already? Have we done it?
We've had a couple of programs, a couple of presentations, we have.
Okay.
It's not a consistent thing, but we've been asked, I mean, we could do more, but we can't do everything all the time. So,
Okay, I
We
just
have-
think that that's a coming thing.
we have had it, we have addressed it.
Good. Have we considered having a consult to you guys on how to use AI to simplify your work? So that all-encompassing effort that it takes to prepare those reports.
I mean, occasionally we might use a little ChatGPT to write a memo. I mean, you know, we know it's there, but no, we haven't really done that, because we haven't, I would say we haven't had time to think about that being something, but maybe. I don't know. And that's in my senior center, you know, software, I mean, that addresses a whole other thing. Is my senior center the best product out there? We would like to maybe look at another, but we haven't had a chance yet.
Well, I'm just thinking that if someone, and I don't know that there's anyone out there doing this at this point, but someone who's familiar with the senior center software and their database and so forth might be interested in digging into that and coming up with ways to bridge the shortcomings that you guys see in the senior center software already.
I mean,
Just an idea.
it's a big picture, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, we can't change that, you
Right.
know, we have what we have, so what would we use to bridge that? I don't know exactly.
That's where I think someone who specializes in that as a consultant, yeah, they do wanna get paid, but that, that is a plus
Well,
in the long run. So, just a thought,
you know,
maybe
Maybe you could
premature.
find someone, Russ, who is an AI consultant that would be willing to volunteer their time,
Or make a presentation.
make a presentation for free.
Anybody else have any other
It
business?
is an interesting
We're
concept.
going into the holiday season. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Our next meeting, I think, is December 11th, if I've got the dates correct. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Thank you, ladies.
okay.
Everybody have a good
Yes, it is, December 11th.